penalties.
Supreme skill issue.
You see a race in the first corner itself. Half lobby will be outside in gravel.
This is the official commentary. Skypad, whatever they call it.
We
Press
have
the red button.
we have 8 members in the commentary right now.
I am Paul Diresta, by the way.
Press the red button to watch the highlights along with the race.
Alongside whatever.
And since it's YouTube, the red button is subscribe button.
Yeah, let's
Since
go.
we are
Red.
Skypod, we have to favor Mercedes, of course. So,
Yes.
since Mercedes, we will be biased. We'll be biased towards them.
And Reznel is promoting his own channel, so Discord पे जो red button है वो ban का है.
Listen, I was instructed by the mods to do this.
He's doing that with 2 mods.
Exactly.
I
So
don't think there is an issue.
Take this to Supreme Court of F1ndia. This has to be investigated.
I hope at least Reznel shows up, unlike the last guy.
One second.
So is the session up?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yes. So everybody is added.
I'm joining. Don't leave.
Bro, Lonarev, go to the squad VP. Why are you even here?
Go to Squad and join.
wait, who's ketchup?
you don't have
Who's
any
ketchup on YouTube? Is it one of us?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, hello ketchup. Welcome to the stream. Please subscribe.
Self promo.
I'm doing it on YouTube, not on Discord. Hey, listen, we need to get rid of Bacon. He's after my life. Get good, bro.
Oh,
He'll
today was
let
good
you,
though.
he'll let you off only if you give him your half of the revenue from
Someone
this
invite me.
live stream.
Bro, my live stream is not monetized. ले ले revenue. जो चाहिए ले ले उसमें से भाई.
0/0.
What language? It's gonna be in English. With probably a few.
No, we can be open to overtaker.
I hope we don't have any tier 2 player in the speakers in the stage.
Loner F is the
Yeah,
thing
don't worry.
people
We'll keep it to English. Hello, Brown Virus. Hello, Aman. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna mute myself on Discord. I'll mute myself on Discord and you can watch the stream.
No, but then will you be having an issue with the commentary?
Why will I have an issue with the commentary then?
I don't know. I have a doubt.
Commentary यहाँ पे करना. Stream में
You'll be commentating here, right?
But then it will be delayed for you guys. You'll be able to see the stream on YouTube बाद में and then the commentary will be early.
Stream on both.
Wait, aren't you streaming the thing, your screen?
No, why don't you
I
stream on
am.
stage itself? Stream on
Yeah,
stage
then
itself.
don't worry about it. They'll watch it from there only. They'll leave Discord.
So that's what I'm saying. I won't stream on Discord. Why should I mess up my PC itna then?
So Aman can stream on Discord, right?
No. Why? There is a reason I'm doing it on YouTube.
So you want us to watch on stream, right?
Yes.
This guy, bro. He's just promoting his stream.
Listen.
Okay,
This is Aman.
letting him.
Aman and
We have to
Gia.
take action. We have to take.
I'm
serious
muting.
action against
I'm muting Bacon, bro. उसकी आवाज ही नहीं सुननी. No, I do not speak Frisian ketchup. I do speak a bit of Spanish though, if that's what you understand.
We can prevent him
आप
from
लोग-
sharing his own YouTube channel if Formula Centric starts streaming.
Yes, I'll stream for Formula Centric. I'll be the Crofty for Formula Centric. Rage Crofty. Okay, I'm muting myself on Discord. Come on YouTube and watch me live, boys. Let's go.
But we can't commentate with you, right? If you are muting on Discord.
No, इसलिए you just
Did
stream
you
on
just go different already?
No, I did not. But wait, so then why did I start YouTube stream if you all want me to stream on Discord and
No,
commentate
they
here?
want they want you to have like a recording of it.
Oh, Okay, Lamau.
They can watch it later. They can watch it later.
Okay, there are. So wait, I'll do it both places.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fuck, this is such a mess.
Do it in such a manner that if we are commentating with you, if
Yeah.
the YouTube wants to listen to us, they can.
Yeah. YouTube is anyway getting all audio output from the game and from Discord as well.
Flex.
Good. So what's your setup like?
As in, are you talking about my PC specs?
Yeah.
It's
PC specs and general. You are playing. Are you playing on console today or?
No, I play on the PC only, and I'm on the sim racing wheel, which is a Logitech G29. My PC specs are a 1660 Ti, i7 9700 processor, and 16 GB RAM, 2 TB hard drive, 256 SSD.
Now do make sure to share me your IP address.
Share my what?
IP address.
IP address.
Why would I do that?
You got a beast of a PC, brother.
You call this a beast, fam?
Shota beast. If I could.
Shota.
This is a retired beast from 2018.
Oh, it's still good.
I do plan on
You can
upgrading.
You have to upgrade your graphic card.
Yeah, I have to upgrade GPU and CPU both, but I just
No, it's actually pretty good.
You are using i5, right?
i7 9700K.
i7.
What the-
i7
what?
97 is good.
Wait, what?
What?
i7 97?
Yeah. But it's still I don't know, it's now that it's become kind of old, it gets a little messed up because like Forza and all I have to play Forza and stuff on low.
And upgrade to a 4090.
4090 is shit, bro. I'll rather get a 3070, 3080. I'll probably upgrade anyway by the end of the year. And on board now with Merc side pods on his flying lap as he goes across the line and starts through turn 1. He goes going wide there, and he has invalidated, and we can see the Haas of Ghost PR P4X.
Nice.
Ghost
And
on a fast lap.
he goes purple through the first sector,
Yeah, he's on first lap.
and we also have a lot of other cars on their
Only P-Sauce is
hot laps now. P-Sauce is the only one in the pits, and Chocolate in the Aston Martin is currently on his out lap. And has Ghost abandoned his lap? He seemed a little slow through turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, it
So,
looks
but
like,
yeah, but he does go purple through sector 2. On the penultimate corner through the apex nicely. Goes a little wide through the last corner. DRS open across the finish line and puts in a 17.3.
Somebody's in the gravel.
Somebody's in the gravel. We have a Mercedes also in the gravel. He's spun out. Prototype in the Mercedes has spun out. And the Mercedes is pitting now. On board with the Alpine, who has invalidated and goes back into the pits. So is anybody on a fast lap now? Okay, so we are on board with Baba Yaga in the Red Bull. He did go purple through the first sector. And we have a Haas going slowly. And that's just to give way for the Red Bull.
Baba makes the corners through.
That's some
It smoothly.
nice clean stuff from the tier 2 drivers, unlike some in tier 1. And Baba Yaga has put in a purple in the second sector as well. The Red Bull is currently flying. And he is abandoning his lap. Baba Yaga is abandoning his lap. And we have a Mercedes spinning again, and I believe that's Iron. Iron 2807 in the Mercedes is spinning, doing burnouts, trying to celebrate.
Bro started doing donuts already.
And
before
we
even
just see
quali.
Chocolate in the Aston Martin go faster with a 106.7. He's 6 tenths faster than Ghost P4X in the Haas. Vivek Vasisht in the Haas 108.4.
Goes through turn 1.
No, now he's on his in lap. He's on a banker now. He's already set a fast lap. And the Mercedes is still in the gravel.
Mercedes still in the
And he's spinning.
Oh no, he's spinning again.
Is that Aman? Is that Aman in the Mercedes in tier 2? And we see Prototype in the Mercedes, in the second Mercedes on an outlap at the moment. And he has a Haas up ahead.
And as we see,
And Ian has
Ian
not
still in
managed
the gravel.
to get out of the gravel trap. Is that George Russell from 2022? And he's finally made it out of the gravel. He's on the
Does he
asphalt.
have some damage or something?
He has probably cooked his tires and does not have enough grip to turn or accelerate.
Let's see if he goes properly into the pits or he messes up there too.
Okay, he manages to head into the pits. Now we'll ride on board with Prototype, who's starting his flying lap, his first flyer. Misses the apex, goes wide, and he has not invalidated though. The lap still counts.
Flying through towards turn
And
2. He makes turn 2, misses the apex, and he runs out again.
he did go purple in the first sector though.
It'll be interesting if he is able to set a fast lap. It'll be a close one for the first. For now we don't see a close competition. Chocolate in P1 with a 106.7. Prototype still going at it.
He does set a personal best in the second sector. Does not go purple though.
Will probably fit. He doesn't. So he'll
And-
go for another lap. Or he does a cooldown lap after this.
I believe he'll need a cooldown lap because he does not seem to have enough battery on him for another fast lap.
He does. And he is able
By
to
the looks
keep
of it,
the lap
he is putting in another fast lap.
Yeah, he looks on another fast lap.
But will that battery pack support him throughout? Is the question. And now,
Somebody crashed.
And he
and wait, who crashed?
Ghost.
Is that's the Haas of Ghost P4X who's crashed? He's into the barriers, and yellow flag all around. Does that affect P-Sauce on his
Who
fast lap?
Who let Mick Schumacher in there allowed?
P-Sauce goes fastest in the second sector. He's just set a purple sector.
That Ferrari looks fast.
The Ferrari is definitely looking fast, Mutia Binotto. Takes that turn nicely onto the final turn. Brakes a little too much though.
And he takes.
And he does
last
not
turn too
won't
safely,
get
but won't
pole. He is 107.9. Slots into
Gets
P4. Yes, he slots
Looks
into
like he's
P4.
going for another flyer.
And we have another Mercedes. This time it's Prototype who was beached for a brief moment. And now riding on board with Ian in the second Mercedes, who is on a fast lap, takes the apex nicely there.
And Baba Yaga is there, but he invalidates his lap.
Baba Yaga has invalidated. And by the looks of it, Ian is around 3 tenths down on his first sector time. He goes wide, and I believe that pretty much messes up his entire lap. And he goes into the grass and he crashes. He lost his front wing.
Last front wing.
And Merck's side pods has also invalidated, but he's going on a fast lap now. We'll ride on board with him in the Alpine. And that's a perfect apex through turn 1. And goes purple through the first sector. Merck's side pods. Second turn, he goes wide.
Oh, he goes wide.
That's gonna cost him a lot of time. But let's see where does he slot in on the board once he completes his lap onto turn 3.
It'll be interesting to see if he
Oh,
still
that's
makes it to
And
top.
that's too wide.
I think that he. Oh, he didn't.
It does not invalidate though.
And yellow for iron again. That's
And he goes wide again, but it still does not invalidate. And
surely invalidated.
he's,
What?
it's still not invalidated. He's going on. He's entire sector through. He's been off track.
Did we have the rule about
No, because
curves in 2022?
he's slow. That's why. जो कुछ बाहर जाके वो slow हो रहा है.
A 108.2 from Merck's side pods in the Alpine slots him in P5 as we see the Mercedes
now
of
he
prototype
invalidates
on an outlap now, and we are seeing Iron also on a banker at the moment. And we have the Ferrari of Pisos on an outlap. We've got the Red Bull of Baba Yaga on an outlap.
It will be crucial to see if Iron makes it. He's able to set a decent fast lap this time, or he
And
spins
that's
out.
yellow.
So he's still on a banker, I believe. And that was the Red Bull of Baba Yaga going wide through turn 1. And hence the yellow flags.
We only have Chocolate right now in the 106. Anybody else?
Chocolate is sitting comfortably in the provisional pole position.
I believe he'll come out once
And
again.
I don't think he needs
Iron
to
goes
because
through
he
very
has.
well through the last corner.
He gets a good exit through the last corner, sets in a
Finally, he
110.6.
sets the 110.
But is he going for another fast lap is the question
Yeah, it
now.
looks like he's going for another lap. He makes a decent time to turn 1. DRS on. Lacking the battery though, due to another second lap.
He goes faster by 6/100ths in the first sector, sets a personal best, and Ghost P4X goes with a 106.380 into provisional pole goes the
That
Haas.
was P3, 106.3 in tier 1. So this is quite impressive.
The tier
And
drivers.
the
Oh,
Mercedes of Iron goes wide, and we believe P-Sauce has binned it. After turn 2, he's trying to get temperature into his tires, and he has Baba Yaga behind him though. On a fast lap, does that impede him? No, Baba Yaga is clear.
Wait, there was
heading-
another Mercedes in the
Heading
turn.
into turn 3, I believe that's.
Yeah,
And Baba Yaga has invalidated his fast lap. With 6 minutes to go in this session, Baba Yaga was on a fast lap, but he has invalidated. And is Ghost going for a second fast lap? No, he's not. He's on a banker at the moment. Let's ride on board with the Ferrari of Pisos.
I think he'll box.
So he has enough battery and I believe tires as well to
He's
go for a new fast.
invalidated.
And he's invalidated and he goes way too wide in the final corner. I doubt he'll be able to get in another lap at this moment. He may have to pit or go for a second banker.
It'll
But
be interesting to see if he goes ahead directly rather than going for a.
And Chocolate is on outlap.
right, so Chocolate is on an outlap. So is Merck's side pods in the Alpine.
And as we go into the last final 5 minutes of the qualifying, it will be interesting to see if Chocolate is able to get the pole again after Ghost P46 stole it by
P4X. Yes.
P4X.
P4X currently on provisional pole with a 106.380, which is 4 tenths faster than Chocolate in the Aston Martin. And Merck's side pods takes the. Oh, and he's invalidated. Merck's side pods has invalidated. And now riding on board with the Haas of Vivek Vashisht.
Guys,
And
the-
he's
guys,
got
P2
the Aston Martin very close. And the Aston Martin and Haas are wheel to wheel. They're racing in qualifying. And I believe that Haas.
Can you re-invite this guy, Loner F?
I believe the Haas has impeded the Aston Martin on his fast lap, and we just saw an Alpine beach that was
Okay,
Merck's
fine.
side pods. will ride on board with
Chocolate
Chocolate, and
slightly
he's
faster.
invalidated. Chocolate goes wide, and he has invalidated. He was faster than his previous time, though. He was gaining by around 2.5 tenths.
Track limits seem to be a problem for the T2 driver.
And Vivek sets in a 107.8, goes 6 tenths faster than his previous lap time. And he's going on a second run immediately.
He has good battery. Let's see if he can get a banker in. Banger.
And he is faster by almost 2 tenths in the first sector on his previous best. Does not go purple though. And we see the Ferrari of Pisos coming out of the pits.
Makes this turn very slowly. Goes to the... He was a bit slower there.
He indeed was through turn 3. And he has binned it!
And he spun.
The Haas spins around. What does this mean for Chocolate? Is he on a fast lap? No, he is not.
Oh, that was
He
close.
Bro, that
was
close.
very close. He misses the Haas by inches there. And I believe Chocolate is going for what I believe will be the final run of this qualifying session. We ride on board with him through the first turn. He goes, kisses the apex perfectly, takes a little bit of curb. That looks like a great exit.
He's taking the turn very aggressively.
He goes
Full aim
fastest
for
in the
the
first sector,
pole.
sets a purple 1/10 faster than his previous best.
Loses some in the turn, next turn.
And we see the Mercedes of IN 2807 retiring from the session. I believe he is satisfied with his time. Towards the end of sector 2 we go,
Goes through very well.
and
Those turns.
is 1.5 tenths up, and he has invalidated once again.
Will it though?
Will
Same corner. What a shame.
I think he lifted up. Yeah,
and
he
he
boxes.
and the Aston Martin is in the box right now, riding on
So
board
as
with
of now,
Pisos,
we
who
have
goes
both
purple in the
P4
second
and-
sector. The Ferrari of Pisos goes purple in the second sector. This should be an
Pisos
interesting
takes-
lap.
Pisos takes the...
And
And
Pisos
he
goes
invalidated.
wide, but he does not
He
invalidate. He has kept it through the final corner. He goes.
Slow. Can he get
Oh, 106.9. He goes P3. Pisos in the Ferrari takes P3, and he
Misses
has
it.
parked himself in a dangerous position on the pit straight. On board with the Haas of Vivek
Did he
Vashisht,
cross
who
the line before? He could have gotten another lap if he went through.
he could have possibly.
Can you re-invite him? He restarted his
And
game.
Vivek Vashisht going through.
the Haas of Vivek Vashisht was 1/10 slower in the first sector.
Vivek sits comfortably in P4. It will be interesting to see if he can get to P3.
And
Or
and he invalidates. He invalidates.
Oh, and he has invalidated.
We'll quickly ride on board with the
Somebody-
Red Bull
let
of Baba
somebody-
Yaga.
Baba is on a flyer.
The checkered flag is out. So that means this is Baba Yaga's
Baba's
final
turning.
attempt at pole position. If not, the pole position belongs to the Haas of Ghost P4X. He does not go purple, and he has invalidated. And I believe that's it for the qualifying session of the Austrian Grand Prix. The F1ndia Racing League Tier 2.
Only 3 tenths between the P1, P2 and P3. That's a good time. It will be interesting to see if anybody of the else amongst the lower order can get through them.
So
The
everybody,
one will be very interesting amongst the tier 2.
So the pole
As
position
seen
belongs to
historically.
the Haas of Ghost P4X with a 106.380. Chocolate slots in at P2 with a 106.770 and P Sauce in the Ferrari in P3 with the 106.904. That's going to be your starting grid for the Austrian Grand Prix. Only 5/10 separate the top three at the moment. And a few comments coming in from Chocolate in the Aston Martin saying that he just bottled the pole position. So lads, what do you all have to say about that qualifying session?
The pole position was very closely fought. Chocolate could have made a comeback,
Bro,
but he built
It's a
it.
wet race!
raining
It's a
in
wet
the-
race!
Oh my god. Tier 2 and wet race is a crazy.
It's a wet race, boys!
This race is going to be shit show. I'm telling you.
अरे बुटिया भाई
Beautiful.
शांति बताओ ना जल्दी one pit stop या two pit stop.
Half a pit
Bro,
stop.
you're asking the wrong guy.
It will be dry after.
Just keep it on the track.
Half a pit stop. Take it or leave it. Ferrari strategies.
Bro, just start on hards, bro.
Yep.
You don't
Start
have
on
to
soft actually. You'll get the best grip in the rain. Big brain
And-
thinking.
Here we can listen to our mods sabotaging the driver with strategies, channeling their inner Ferraris.
Oh,
And
this
it's
is a
one
very
light,
intellectual
two light,
conversation.
3 light,
Everybody
4
said
light,
it was
5 lights. It's
And
lights
away we
out,
go.
and away we go, and it's a drive-through for 4 people.
Oh my god.
Bro,
Oh my
Iron
God.
Pistols.
Four people
And
have
the
jumped
Mercedes of Iron 2807 takes the lead into the first corner.
Pesos into P2.
P Sauce is up into P2, but let's not forget he has a drive-through
Oh,
penalty,
no.
and Merck's side post is out. Merck's side post is out. What went wrong there?
Bro, who the fuck is that? Never mind.
This is so realistic. I love it.
By the way, half the grid has through.
So,
The grid, yes.
with the Alpine of Merck's side pods out of this race, we have 8 people currently contending, out of which 4 seem to be having a drive-through penalty for
Iron
a
has
jump start. And
places.
Iron has gained 6 places and has had an insane start to this race. The Mercedes
He's
leads.
building up a good gap.
The Mercedes is already 1.3 seconds, 1.4 seconds clear of the Ferrari in second place.
If they pit for drive-through, it will be not validated, right?
Why?
Oh, chocolate.
And Chocolate overtakes Ghost P4X. We see the Ferrari of P Sauce pitting for his drive-through penalty. And Iron sets the fastest lap at the moment with 195 after crossing the line.
119.
The
So
rain seems very weak.
it's light rain, and it seems to be
Conditions.
intercondition, and it will be drying out soon.
Around lap.
It will be interesting how they take shift through to dry.
The crossover will
Especially
be
with
interesting,
P2.
definitely, and we can see P Sauce, Baba Yaga, and MXT pitting for their drive-through penalties. The battle
Chocolate is
between
already flashing. Both
Oh,
of them are flashing.
no, that's because it's rain.
Ooh, goes
Goes
And
P4X and he has
Chocolate-
dives down on the inside and he goes wide. He goes wide. He couldn't keep it on track, and Chocolate moves back up into P2. Chocolate does seem to be gaining on Iron 2807 in the Mercedes up ahead. He has reduced the gap and is down to 1 second now, under a second, I believe.
The racing has been good considering the tier 2. We
Good.
don't
This
have
is
many.
better than tier 1. This is better than we had in tier 1.
I told you we'll have
And
everything racing.
Chocolate has gained by 6, and he sets the fastest lap at the 1:14.1, which was 2 seconds. Which was 2
DRS
seconds
is very
faster.
good.
DRS is DRS is currently disabled because of the rainy conditions. But I believe this
But
should be an
Chocolate,
easy move for Chocolate.
irrespective of that, might overtake him.
Yes, this should be an easy move. And the
Why
Mercedes
are
defends
both
on the
systems are
inside,
not
and the
working
Aston
well?
Martin is trying to go around the outside, but he's pushed wide.
And he
And
went outside.
the
It's
Haas
Verstappen.
He goes
and the
to
Haas
overtake
go
through,
and the Haas overtakes
and
on
Haas
track.
goes through.
So Chocolate is deploying entire battery pack of his, and he's down to 30% already, and we can see a
He's
little
trying it
tap,
too.
and Chocolate's dive bombs, but cannot make the
Chocolate is
position
doing
on the
very good.
Haas. Iron is somehow defending his position, but for how long is the
We have
question?
a
And we see the
beautiful
Haas.
race.
We are seeing the Haas overtake, and he goes down the inside and makes it up into P1.
Ghost has finally overtaken the Mercedes and
Ghost slots into first place,
battle for the lead.
and it's a 3-car battle, and Chocolate is
beautiful
squeezed,
move by Haas.
Oh.
And goes
but he
to
could not keep it
wide.
on track, and that forces Iron in the Mercedes wide, and also Vivek Vashish in the Haas, and Chocolate goes up into P2, 6 tenths behind Ghost P4X.
The Haas trying it again? No.
This
and
is
he's-
turning out to be
Did he
really
spin?
really
Did he
interesting. No, he did not, but he did
No,
lose
he-
traction, as we can see the Mercedes on the charge around the outside at the moment, and he has currently overtaken him on the track. But the Haas trying to come back at him. He's got the
Haas has
inside
the
line.
inside and they touch.
And the touch.
Wheels banging, but the Mercedes makes it through. Iron is back into the podium position. He's up into P3. The leaders are pulling away. They've already gained about 2 seconds on the third place and fourth place. I mean, P5 to P8 just seems redundant now. But it will be exciting to see if one of them can come up with a creative strategy to undercut the leaders. And
Has any one of them have taken a alternate tire or
you know, everybody
Has they gone on
everybody is on the inters. And as we can see, Iron 2807 has made up 4 places from the start. And the Haas and the Mercedes, and the Haas loses places. He loses traction though. Vivek Vashish in the Haas loses traction, and he's fallen back, and we can see from race control MXT13 in the Alpine has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
It seems that Iron
This
and
is-
Vashisht are losing places slowly.
Yes, this is F1 racing void, but I'm not racing, I'm spectating, and Chocolate goes wide. He couldn't keep it on track. The gap up ahead is over 1.5 seconds. And it just seems Chocolate does not have the battery. He's around 40% now. And so is Ghost P4X, but he's maintaining himself well. And Vivek Vashish gets a time penalty for track limits, I believe, after multiple warnings just coming in from
We have
race
seen
control.
Vivek struggling with the traction for a while now.
Vivek definitely does seem to be struggling, braking late, missing the apex. He seems to be all over the place, and the gap up ahead has increased to 2 seconds as Ghost P4X sets in the fastest lap.
And he goes right.
Bro, void F1 cars are not electric. So we've got a viewer by the name of Void who says that he just realized today that F1 cars are electric, but my friend, your realization is wrong because F1 cars are not electric. They do have a battery pack.
Welcome to F1.
They do have a battery pack, which is electric energy deployment and regeneration basically, but they are not electric at all.
Speaking of which, Vivek has completely used up his battery pack.
Is
While
that so?
Iron in the front has 73%.
Riding on board with the Haas of Vivek, he's currently down to 12% on his battery, around that number. And Iron 2807 in the Mercedes just seems to be harvesting his battery for the right moment.
Oh, and he goes around.
And Vivek has spun,
And we
he's
have a
pinned
spinner,
it.
We have a spinner.
And that's a penalty for resetting on track.
So that will be a penalty for the Haas of Vivek Vashish for resetting on track.
Iron goes into the pits.
Iron is pitting. Is this the crossover?
But it seems to be raining still.
It's
There's,
too wet
there
for
seems
mediums.
there seems to be light rain on the track
going
and
on
standing water, but
mediums.
Iron to it,
he's
and
seeing
Vivek
slicks.
Vashisht is
And
also
Three
in.
of the drivers have
3 other
pitted.
drivers, including the Ferrari of PSOS, is pitting, which I believe is for slicks.
this is very aggressive strategy because we still can see some drops falling.
However, we can see
Work out.
raindrops, but the track seems clear. There does not seem to be any standing water at the moment. And we have the two Mercedes very close by to each other, barely separating them by 5 tenths. Our team order is going to come into play here.
Or is it going to be a replay of the
2016
very
season
well revered
between the Silver
2016
Arrows.
season between-
So Void, I'll explain this to you later on Discord.
It does look like has a lot of grip on those mediums.
Yes, as I mentioned before, rain seems to be falling, but the track seems clear because I cannot see any standing water on the track at the moment. But it's only lap deltas that will help us, and Prototype gets a penalty, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, which I believe is for exceeding track limits.
Iron is going pretty fast.
Iron is going pretty fast. He has
And
made
this
up.
is on his out lap.
Yes, he still has cold tires, and Baba Yaga sets the fastest lap at the 1:14.0. So I believe the track is ramping up, and we will see faster times incoming.
Although that time was with intermediates, so this is still quite
PSOS in the Ferrari gets a time penalty. Excuse me.
And it's going down with the
It'll be
Ferrari.
interesting if Baba pits or not this lap.
And Vivek Vashisht has lost another place. He's down into P6.
Baba Yaga does lose a place if he pits right now. Although he is losing time to Iron.
Goes P4X.
I think
is
the
still
Inters have
faster.
dropped off.
He just
The-
says the fastest second section.
The Inters are losing time.
While we have the Haas, will it pit? It
And-
doesn't.
Riding on board with the Haas of Ghost P4X, who is deploying his battery pack.
Is yet to
And he
pit.
sets the fastest lap, 1:13.3,
We
which
have
is
Chocolate pitting.
8 tenths faster. The Aston Martin of Chocolate is pitting from P2, and race control
And
says
Baba
we
Yaga
have
is
DRS
again-
enabled.
DRS has
And-
Chocolate undercut the Ghost.
Baba Yaga is
It-
also coming in for
This will all depend on Chocolate's outlap now. If he manages
Baba
to
too
make
can
the undercut
Jump
work.
him on the outlap.
This is going to be extremely,
He is
extremely
going
close,
on
and
hard.
we can see the Mercedes of Iron 2807 rounding around the final corner, and PSOS sets the fastest lap with a 110.9 on the mediums in the Ferrari. Will Iron
Baba
be?
Yaga goes on to hards.
Baba Yaga is
It is
Going
like
on
Baba Yaga is
hards.
going
For the
I-
good race.
good or not.
I doubt he will be able to finish on the hards though.
He would have to pit again. The hards would drop off in like what 10 not
By
10,
lap
like
25, 27 at the
Yeah.
most. He
15
he
laps
can,
would-
if his stint works, if the hard stint works for Baba Yaga at the moment, he may be able to go on a set of new soft, and we can see Ghost P4X pitting, which I
Leader has
believe
finally
will
pitted.
be for a set of slicks. However,
The question
given
Chocolate still yet to come. Chocolate towards the penultimate corner.
given the time difference between Chocolate and Ghost P4X, and Ghost P4X is also coming out on hards. I don't
Chocolate.
believe Chocolate has managed to make this undercut work, because Ghost P4X is out of the final of the pit exit, and nope, he is out on track, but is very close though. PSOS sets another fast lap with a 109.829.
Chocolate is closing in on the Ghost.
although he has no battery. Which
Yes,
might come into
Chocolate
play
does
as-
not have
And it
battery,
seems that
and
has
Ghost
run out of the track.
Ghost did run wide into turn 1.
That can
and-
give Chocolate some chance.
That I only believe could be blamed on the temperature of the tires at the moment, and Ghost P4 seems to be struggling to be getting temperature into tires
does
because
seem to be struggling.
I guess this is the only moment that Chocolate can try, except when Ghost makes a mistake, if he does one.
and Chocolate does put in a purple in the middle sector, and the gap is down to under a second, which means Chocolate will have DRS now through the first 3 straights rather, and he goes wide. So I believe
But
this
has closed in. very well. Will it be a turn 1 overtake or it goes to turn 2?
And Chocolate says the fastest lap at the
He would not try turn
108.4.
one. Does
He
not try
is
turn
probably
1.
one car length away from turn 1, but he does get a better exit as
He
compared to
will go
Ghost
down turn 3.
He has DRS on turn
2.
on him.
Yes, he does.
The long way around.
He is
Ghost
trying
P4X goes
to go around the
defensive.
outside.
Is this a switchback? Are we going to see a
They
switchback?
tried
No,
to
and they
do-
touch.
Oh no, they touch.
Does he get him to
That would
turn
have been
4?
beautiful.
And we are seeing the Haas of Vivek Vashish driving in reverse. He's driving in reverse on the pit straight.
Now that
That's
is
the
not what
waste
we meant by
man.
alternate
So
strategy.
this is
is
a
very
real.
weird.
It's not weird. It's a real hazard on track, and he has just
This-
gone through
and
the
he's
board,
close.
and he has
That's a
broken.
waste, man.
He has broken two
That's
boards.
some strategy. That's some
And
strategy
he
to
has-
get other drivers to miss the
He
apex.
has broken all the brake markers, and we just missed Chocolate trying to go for an overtake, but couldn't make it through. But he is still within DRS range. 5-10 separating the top two.
Will Chocolate get it this time or not? Although he's far compared to the previous lap, and he makes it very well.
He was going to make it very well, but
He
does
was
go
going-
wide after turn 1. Misses the
but
apex a
still
little bit.
is fast and closing in.
Close enough. So the battle between P1 and P2 and the battle between P3 and P4 is going to be pretty interesting
Oh,
now.
it's close. He
And
gets it,
Chocolate is
gets
still
it.
deploying battery, which he does not have. He's down to 1% now. 1% battery for Chocolate. And what about Ghost P4X? He's still sitting comfortably at 50%. So the smart thing for Chocolate to do right now would be to sit in the DRS and harvest the battery.
It'll be crucial to see if he
Which
goes
he doesn't know
goes
when this
aggressive
one's
or
ending.
not.
In my racing expertise, he should not be going aggressive. He should harvest the battery as much as he can.
It will largely show the genius of the tier 2 driver
Yes,
in
indeed.
these laps.
And P-Sauce gets another 3-second
And
penalty
P-Sauce gets a 3-second
for going wide. But P-Sauce does not seem to be gaining enough on Iron 2807.
Has 6 seconds of penalties.
And Chocolate gets a 3-second time penalty as well. This changes the game right now.
Yet he is closing in for turn 2. Will he make it? Will there be an overtake?
Oh,
dive bombs,
he
but
does
he
give
is
it a
not
try, but
enough.
he is too far behind to make it stick.
Not enough. And the exit to turn 2 is also bad as a result of that. So this battle goes on for the next lap, most probably, if Chocolate holds it.
Although he's not harvesting as much as he should.
We will also be having a very interesting battle between Iron 2807 in the Mercedes and P-Sauce in the Ferrari. They
Also,
seem
by
to be
looking
pretty
at the
close by.
hand- Also, by looking at the handling of Chocolate, I think he is on keyboard.
Well, we'll have to check that. We'll get back to you with it.
Coffee. And he takes the last turn very well. He is still within the DRS, not yet with enough battery. He goes into turn 1. He goes into turn 1 very beautifully, getting a good exit towards turn
He
2.
is deploying battery once again. He
He's
is
closer this time.
he is desperate to
is
make the
closer
move
this
at the
time.
moment. This is unreal desperation from the driver in the Aston Martin. And we will-
It's like tier 1 drivers.
Baba Yaga also gets a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, I believe. And we also have an interesting battle going on between P-Sauce and Iron 2807, which we'll be riding on board with. And we see the Mercedes of Prototype also receiving a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Heading back to Chocolate and Ghost P4X. He is closer, very close this time. Within a 10th. And he goes in!
And he makes it through. Did Ghost
Ghost-
have an issue?
Ghost
Did he make a
P4X, it just caught Ghost P4X by surprise. And he
And he
left the
should
door
harvest
open, I
now.
believe. I highly
think
doubt he'll be able
Chocolate
to. I highly doubt he'll be able to harvest at the moment with Ghost P4X so
Yeah,
close and
Ghost
with
is already
DRS.
in his DRS.
Ghost
So-
is
In distance to
catching
make a
Chocolate.
move in turn two.
And we can see the Aston Martin flashing,
Is he gonna
and
send it?
MXT13 in the Alpine receives a 3-second time penalty.
Now surely he's gonna send it. Surely he's gonna give him.
And
Yeah,
the
good
inside
idea.
is open, and Ghost P4X moves back into the
But
race
that's
lead.
just happened.
And we saw P Source
Extremely-
take the lead over IN2807. He's up into P3. P Source is in the podium positions. But let's not forget, he does have about 6 seconds of time penalty to serve, which may get added to his race time at the end, unless he's able to pull off a insane gap to the two drivers behind. Okay, no, wait. So the Haas seems to be a back marker. The Haas of Vivek Vashish seems to be a back marker at the moment.
Pesos has a 9-second
And
penalty.
Pesos has a 9-second penalty. This is just coming in from race control now. And we can see Chocolate and Ghost P4X very close to each other. The Aston Martin does have DRS.
Can you go on?
I
board and
believe
see
Ghost
the
should
DRS
just
percentage?
keep it straight.
Sorry, can I go on board to whom?
On board of Ghost. We want to see DRS percentage.
And Chocolate makes it.
And they are wheel to wheel, and he's gone on the inside, and Chocolate does also has 20% battery, but he is deploying at the moment. But he's probably a little too far away. He's a little too far away to make the move at the moment.
I think Ghost should just keep it between 2 seconds and make it.
And there is a yellow flag.
through and-
There is a yellow flag. I can only believe this is the Haas of Vivek Vashisht. And he impedes the Red Bull of Baba Yaga. He may have been trying to unlap himself.
I think we can all agree
against-
he's gonna get a race ban. He could
Yes,
One only.
be driving reverse as well.
Prototype has left the session. What has happened there? Is that a technical glitch? Prototype has left the session. Can we get an update, Giga Cheese, please?
Yeah, invite him.
So there seems to be a technical glitch with Prototype where it has caused him to disconnect from the session.
Rachel, can you verify
Yes, prototype has been reinvited.
the penalty
See
of
the tires.
Who has a penalty?
It was the tires racing.
Can you verify how much seconds does Pesos have a penalty?
6 seconds.
Okay, wait. Penalties. Alright, now we're seeing the number of penalties on board. Chocolate has 3,
Ghost is
P-Sauce has
overtaken
6.
again.
And we'll ride quickly on board. And
Chocolate is
we just saw
It looks like
Chocolate
has
going
made a
wide.
big mistake.
He has a big moment and goes wide, and the gap ahead has gone up to 3.2 seconds. This race is coming undone for the Aston Martin at the moment.
Now Ghost has to just keep it in endurance mode and bank good laps in, and he wins it.
We are
Because
half-
look like that we will have more rain.
Don't forget about.
And Chocolate gets a 3-second time penalty once again. That ups him to 6 seconds.
I think we'll have another safety car. Sure.
This race has come undone for the Aston Martin, and
So Iron is in without penalties and Ghost is in without penalties. It will be interesting to see if Iron can keep it straight and let the others keep making mistakes while he gets to P2.
the gap between Iron and Chocolate seems to be roughly around 18-19 seconds. That's going to be an insane feat for him to achieve. We are halfway through the race at the moment, lap 18 of 36. We can see the Haas of Ghost P4X leading the race with Chocolate in P2, 3 seconds
Iron will
behind.
be pitting very early before Ghost as well because he is on mediums while Ghost took hards. So that will be crucial to watch how Iron's next medium stint turns out to be against the new soft of Ghost.
It's going cleaner than tier 1, honestly.
Can we have the tire?
Friends,
So tier 1 had 4 DNFs by this point.
And Merc Sidepods has left the session.
The only issue tier 2
Others we
has is
tracked
track
up anyways.
limits. Otherwise, they're doing good. Only track
Yeah, the
limits.
tier 2 race has been good. Can we see the tire information?
Yes, we definitely can. So,
Okay, so we have 3 people on hards, that is Ghost, Baba and Vivek. It seems that they will be pitting around lap 26.
and MXT gets another 3-second time penalty, which I believe brings him up to 9 seconds, yes. 9 seconds of time penalties for MXT in the Alpine.
We'll have the pit window for the mediums coming up soon.
Yeah, in 2 laps, I guess.
Around 2 laps, yes.
No, I believe they can run mediums up till lap 24, 23, 24.
That's what I did.
That will be interesting to take a look before, because
So
that would also be the window for the hard tire turners.
Although Chocolate has pushed his tires a lot and he
So I
seems to
think
be losing grip quite a bit.
everyone will be going on mediums again.
Yes,
I
medium
doubt-
is the tire to go.
and to get
I
to
doubt
your
with
point,
Ghost,
Unless
I doubt with Ghost he will try to go long and
Yeah, you
get
can go
soft.
for soft. Yeah, only
Exactly.
first you go.
Because he
Unless
has the
the-
benefit of no penalty.
so even with the hard tires, all the hard tires could go the way of the softs.
however, the information that right now we do not possess is that how many set of soft tires did Ghost use in the quali.
Interesting.
If he did use all three, he'll have to go on a used set of softs, which may
Sauce has another 3-second penalty, which
And-
takes him up to
12 seconds.
I
Yes.
9, I believe.
No, it's 9 seconds. 9 seconds for Pesos, and we have a yellow flag, and I believe that's MXT in the Alpine who has binned it around the penultimate corner.
He has been struggling with track limits. He has had some penalties. He does not pit.
I believe he has run out of grip on those 13 lap old.
From my experience, the mediums can only go about maybe 13, 14 laps. After that, they are pretty useless.
I believe
Yes.
he should pit for new
Yes, to
tires.
get to your point, Bacon, that was just a skill issue.
No, because I boxed in the safety car, so I went very long on the mediums. I think I raced like 15, 16 laps on them, and they were completely done very end.
And we have a
Iron, and we have the first
Iron
pit
has-
for the second stint, and I
Which is
believe
the
he
undercut
is.
work.
I believe he's
Will
going for the undercut.
work, will the penalties affect, and will he take hard?
See, even if he is going on the hards, he did go on the hard set of tires.
God.
Mercedes with the
Iron is the good
Right.
contender for the
Podium position, because the two drivers up ahead have penalties 6 and 9
So
seconds
might be a-
respectively.
6,
So
9 and 3 seconds.
if
This might be a great strategy call by Iron right here.
and Chocolate gets another 3-second time penalty, which brings him up to 9 seconds as well.
Iron is a real contender for P2.
Iron is a real contender for P2 at the moment.
He does get free air and no disturbances as well after pitting.
He will be coming up to the Haas of Vivek Vashisht, who's a back marker at the moment.
just he has to make no mistake in this first lap of cars because they are cold at the finish.
Yes, that will be interesting to watch. If he can warm them up successfully and keep it on the track, which he does seem to have done, goes in through very well to this section of turns and up for the penalty.
Iron today is the real contender for, and Pesos is pitting for a new
Box now.
front
box,
wing,
Box, now, box for hard.
and he is coming out on a new set of mediums for the last stint.
That does
That
look like
will
a
be
Ferrari moment.
And
They will
we
be-
just see Iron come across and overtake Pesos, who was in the pits. Now the race is on. The gap between Baba Yaga and Iron, 13 seconds.
Will
How-
Pesos be aggressive and catch up to Iron?
He possibly might, because the gap is only 3.6 seconds.
And
Although
he
if
has
it
mediums
does,
as well.
It
if
won't
does,
make
those
sense.
Mediums will fall off very
The
quickly.
mediums will definitely fall off, and also Pesos has a 9-second penalty, which will ultimately put him back behind Iron, even if he overtakes.
So do they serve? Why didn't they serve it in the pits?
No, so
these are only 3-second penalties for track limits.
track limits, so they don't get
Track limits
served.
penalties you cannot serve.
And we see Chocolate pitting in from P2 and probably trying to go for an undercut
And
on
Baba
Ghost
Yaga has
P4X,
another
and
penalty.
Baba Yaga with another penalty, which brings him up to 6 seconds. And on board with Ghost P4X, who just got a little impeded by the Alpine of MXT13, who is a back marker, but makes it through.
Yeah, lap.
So the Alpine is lapped at the moment.
Baba Yaga will need to pit now. Come lap, say 28. In 5 laps, he will need to pit.
If Chocolate,
It will be interesting to see if he goes long and waits for soft.
Although he does look like he has a little bit of grip issues.
13 lap old hard tires, 14 lap old hard tires.
Maybe.
It will be interesting if we don't have any safety car compared to the tier 1 session.
And
So,
Vivek
in
Vashisht
tier
with
1 we
another
had-
3-second time penalty. Yes, Binotto.
In tier 1 we had one spin by Aman and then an accident that resulted into a safety car, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And we also had a first lap
Spinning
incident
is
which resulted in a virtual safety car.
Oh.
He had two virtual
Aman
safety
spinning is a surety just like sun rising.
Damn.
Just like
Call him
Ferrari fucking up their
Spin
strategy.
League. We call him Raman Spin League from now on.
According
Aman
to
streaming and Aman spinning. both concepts.
according to my calculations, if Chocolate is able to get the gap down to 20 seconds, lower than 20 seconds, he may have managed to make this undercut work. However, Ghosh P4X is going into the pits
Ghost
now.
is pitting now.
Yeah,
But
there
this is
perfect
the-
from Haas and-
The lap
He'll
length
take
is
the
too long.
mediums.
The lap length is too long for a new set of softs. He'll have to go on a new
He
set
will
of
take the
mediums.
I think he will
He
go.
has
for
And
it.
we
he has
also
the
have-
regular lap penalties. He
We
gets
also
it.
have the Red Bull. Oh, and Chocolate gets another 3-second time penalty,
Oh, it's done.
which brings him up to 12 seconds now.
Oh, only. Oh,
Oh,
my
This
God.
race has
Oh,
definitely
He
come
runs right
undone.
again.
This
This gives Iron
Goes
many
on to-
chances.
Ghost goes on to mediums, which will
Ghost
last
goes on
until
to
the end of
mediums.
So
this
we can
race.
also focus on Iron as well. He's-
So Iron is a contender for P2 now.
Iron is definitely a contender for P2 now, but how we can see with the lap deltas that PSauce is catching Iron 2807 very quickly, and PSauce gets another 3-second time penalty.
Esauce has
That's competitors plus.
इसमें penalty कितना है? बाबा यार का penalty कितना?
Ferrari be catching penalties.
Severe skill issues going on here.
So PSauce is within DRS range of Iron 2807. Let's hope Iron plays it smart here.
And lets him pass and keeps it on.
Yes, indeed.
So Esauce goes aggressive, but he will miss the apex.
So Pesos is on the faster tires.
Pesos
right?
is 12 seconds. Baba Yaga is 6
Yeah,
seconds.
Esauce has medium.
And
Baba
we can-
should ideally pit if he wants to get.
I-
Also, guys, don't forget
This
to
will put him
hit the
behind
red-
Pesos.
red button.
And with the 6-second penalties, it's not guaranteed whether he would overtake the both of them and then with 6 on them.
It wouldn't surprise me if Mercedes try to imitate Crashgate by by taking out prototype, which will let Iron in the section win.
He's gone
Oh,
wide.
Esauce
Pesos
goes
is
wide.
And I believe it's the dirty air coming from Mercedes that is causing aerodynamic problems for the Ferrari, causing him to go wide. But he is within DRS range and he's going to go inside through turn 1 and he goes wide and he misses.
He goes wide, he misses it.
And Iron is back
Daniel
up.
Ricciardo.
Iron is doing very calm there.
Iron is keeping his composure.
I hope he knows that his competitors have penalties and he has to just
Yeah, he knows.
keep it on track.
For a brief moment, we were seeing Chocolate cover up the gap to Ghost P4X, but that seems to have
No, I
What
think
in-
Ghost has pressure tires, so he will.
yes. So Ghost P4X goes fastest with a 108.2.
He definitely has this one. All he has to do is
Esauce seems to be aggressive. It appears that Esauce has a faster lap delta compared
Because
to
he's on faster
Iron.
tires.
And PSauce is deploying his battery completely. He's down to 3%. Is he going to go down the inside? No, he does not. Plays it smart through the
He
SE.
will do it in this.
No, he does not. But he may get it through DRS.
He'll get a beautiful tour through front one.
I think he should go
And
back in turn
Iron
one.
is going defensive, which forces.
And he goes round the outside.
And Iron lets him through. Iron breaks early, lets him through. Real smart racing from Iron in the Mercedes at the moment.
But he's now lost.
And Iron is out of the DRS as well.
Yes, he is out of the DRS, and
yellow flag, yellow
there is a yellow flag, and it's a Haas. It's a Haas of Vivek Vashisht, the back marker, who spun around once again through turn 2
These two
and
are-
gets lapped by.
He's just imitating Mazepin.
How many old
And prototype.
lap tires? And there is a prototype penalty.
So here we can see
We should-
tire
we
delta
should fit.
on your screens now.
We should fit.
Chocolate gets another 3-second time penalty.
My God.
This race
Will
is.
this give Baba a chance into the podium? That will be
It does. It may as well.
No, it doesn't because he has a 6-second penalty himself.
He's too far away.
Exactly.
He has
he's
to
far
still
away.
pit. He still has to pit for.
He still has to fit. Can we
For
go
soft,
to
I
the
think he'll take
onboards
the
of
softs.
Baba?
Here we can, and we
See how
have.
he's managing those
and we
tires.
see-
He has yellow flag.
We see
Vivek
the
is
Haas
pitting.
of Vivek Vashisht in the pits now.
Is he pitted? Yeah, he has pitted.
He is pitting
Baba
now.
seems to struggle.
Baba Yaga does have 19 lap old hearts, which
He
is
managing
absolutely.
them and
Is he managing them? Is the question though.
He should pit for soft. I think softs could last him
Yeah,
6
he's
PayTM.
gonna go for soft.
Ideally, he should go for softs, but does he have a new set?
Yeah.
Does he have a
I think
new set of
Cosby's
softs?
strategy would have been if he had pitted 2-3 laps ago for mediums. That would have been faster. But
I mean, I think seeing the race, the fastest strategy would be to be on the track.
And Pisos, is it Pisos? Pisos bins it. He's beached the car. He's gone
He
wide.
has done a science. He has done a science. He's in the gravel.
Ferrari in the gravel.
Absolute Ferrari classic.
Classic. One Ferrari giving entertainment worth 2 Ferrari.
what damage
This
do
puts
you
Iron
have?
up to
What
4.
damage do you have?
And it does give him a net P2 right now.
Baba
No,
has
not a
not
net,
pitted.
not a net.
No, it's not a net.
Baba will
It's
pit on 30th lap.
It's a net P3.
it's a net P3 at the moment. However, Chocolate does have 15 seconds worth of time penalties.
But guys, can you consider
think
one
he'll
thing?
be out.
What if Baba Yaga goes to the end on this tires?
Will
If-
he-
Doesn't
but
have-
does
remember
oh
he-
wait,
he
wait,
doesn't have
does
to-
Chocolate have tire left? Will he be able to make
Yes,
it?
he will have time.
He's only on 6 lap old mediums.
He will be able to.
And Pisos has just lost another position to Prototype. He has boxed for a new set of softs. And he drops down to P6, which I can only believe he's trying to go for the fastest lap. And-
Baba Yaga go to the end.
And is that the
But
Aston
Baba
Martin?
has not pitted again.
No.
It-
The race started on the Inter, so he doesn't have to.
it's the Aston Martin of Chocolate who is coming up to P-Sauce to lap him. And another 3-second time penalty for P-Sauce.
That puts him to 3 seconds.
Will the hearts of Baba Yaga last 6 more laps?
Can Baba Yaga pull off an Alex Albon?
That will be
Can he
very
make
difficult.
them last? Although he goes deep into turn 3,
I think he can get a P4. Baba Yaga.
he might as well try.
And he lets the Aston Martin through.
I think Pisos only wants the fastest lap.
You would have waited for a few more laps at
But
least.
He is getting lapped by. He gets lapped by Chocolate,
Yes, he did.
and he's using his
He's using
DRS.
his DRS.
What the fuck?
And he-
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God!
That's an
And P-Sauce causes a yellow flag.
he nearly took out a podium contender.
And
Oh my
P-Sauce
God.
just does not seem to
He
have.
just saves himself.
He's cutting grass. P-Sauce is cutting grass.
He's back on the track. Will we see MXT get through and overtake?
MXT is coming close.
And Pisos is making mistakes.
Can
Wait.
he make
So now it's the Haas of Ghost P4X who is on his way to lap Prototype up in
Baba is
P5.
not pitted again.
I think we should go to Iron's POV. Let's go to Iron's
So
POV. Let's see what he's doing. Can he?
and
He has-
Prototype gets a 5-second time penalty for ignoring blue flags. Iron is just cruising at the moment, and there's a yellow flag in sector 3, and that's the Haas of Vivek Vashisht
So he
once
lost his
again.
wing. He's lost his front wing.
He's lost it all, and he's just spinning around on the track.
His teammate laps him once again.
Some debris in the air.
Mercedes runs out.
Wait, and Chocolate is boxing. Chocolate is in the pits.
Wait, that
Safety car, it's a safety car. It's a safety car.
Safety car.
Pesos gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, but it's a VSC, boys. It's a virtual safety car. Keep that in mind.
And Austria having a smaller.
Oh, Pesos
No,
is in the
Austria
chat,
has a
guys.
big.
Pesos is in the chat, guys. He's saying Delta was green.
Record it, Pesos, record.
Yeah, we'll see it afterwards.
I suppose they cannot rescind PTs, so they can't.
Yeah,
You
cannot
can't touch how
remove
long the drive-through penalty is.
Drive-through is a drive-through.
And Iron is just chilling in P4 at the moment. He can easily get a podium position.
So this Baba Yaga has not pitted yet.
I should have put that.
Baba Yaga is
Yes,
still.
penalties. Yes, penalties.
Baba
He
is-
wants to stay ahead.
Baba has 12 seconds of penalty. Iron is 17 seconds behind. Can he catch up?
DRS has been enabled once again. And Baba Yaga just laps the Alpine of MX. And that was a lag. Was that a lag from our end or the drivers?
I think that was from drivers.
So
Hopefully it
it's
does not hurt enough.
it's 3 laps to go, and Chocolate has a 16-second gap to cover up. I doubt that happens.
Baba Yaga with a
Very
very
I think
aggressive.
it's the penalty gap.
Not just 6
Right, let's have a look at the penalties. Chocolate has a 15-second time penalty, prototype with 17. The penalty count is off the charts in tier 2.
So Iron has a chance.
Yeah, Iron has a chance. But
Iron has a chance. He has to make 2-3 seconds.
And
Okay.
did Pesos box again? Pesos boxed again.
No,
Yes, a
Baba Yaga gets
drive-through.
a
We had a
penalty.
drive-through.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga gets a penalty. So
Baba Yaga has another 3 seconds
has
added to his
wasted
time,
time.
which means
Iron has to get 7 seconds. Iron has to get 7
Now Iron has to get some.
Oh, he's
no, he's
wait.
He
That was
tires
from the
have
Alpine.
left.
no, he got tapped by the Alpine. No, he got tapped by the Alpine, and MXC13 gets a 5-second penalty for severe collision.
This is a great chance for Iron to make up places.
Oh, and that's
Massive crash.
That's
was that
Massive crash.
that was Vivek? That was a back marker.
I think that was Baba's fault.
I do not think so.
Back marker trying and lapping himself.
the back
I think
marker
it's
is too
the
loud.
back marker though. I think it's Vivek's.
Bar- Yeah, but back marker was almost ahead. He should have been let through.
Chocolate gets the fastest lap with a 106.8.
There goes his podium though. There goes Baba
So,
Yaga's podium.
so we can confirm that Chocolate is finishing P2 here.
No, but do you think that
Six minutes.
was the fault of Baba Yaga?
And Baba Yaga is in the pits.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga is in the pits. That means Iron has a podium confirmed. And what?
Oh,
God.
this we have to.
This is-
Vivek guy. He has to
God, no.
Vivek, Giga Cheese, I believe this calls for a very strict and a rigorous investigation into the Haas.
incidents.
This needs to be investigated very thoroughly and strictly.
Not forgetting he drove
It
reverse.
will be investigated after the race.
I think Vivek will have a long time with Giga at midnight today. Interesting to see what happens.
Giga Vivek.
How he gets penalized.
So now if Chocolates makes any mistakes, maybe
No,
Iron.
Iron is driving damage, so I don't think he'll catch up because Iron just damaged his wing.
Yeah, Iron did damage.
Yes, we believe so. Yes, he has damage to his wing. We can confirm the left end plate.
He has
There is no end plate
on
on the left side of that Mercedes.
Classic
But at
Mercedes.
least I think we can just agree that he drove a great race.
So he is a real contender for driver of the day. Not even a contender. In fact, he is the driver of the day. He is.
Into the pits.
He has pitted.
He may.
I think he's going for the fastest lap. No, that's the
No,
last lap.
He didn't
Doesn't
have to
matter.
pit.
Why is
No, but he didn't have to.
Yeah, he just stayed out.
No, I think
He's-
He had minor damage to his wing. That is.
I
that
think
is-
he goes.
he
for
won't be
a
able to get the fastest lap anyway.
No.
But he
won't
will
get
get
No,
the.
he
He will
still has
get
one lap left.
Baba Yaga
Yeah.
anyway.
to Baba
And
Yaga.
he's
Baba
going
Yaga
for
will
the
have
fastest
penalty.
lap. Yeah,
I
he's going for the
don't
fastest lap.
think he would get
He will.
Baba
He
Yaga.
won't get. It's already on the last lap, and he has. He'll.
The podium is gone.
No.
Why did he do that? He
There
should
it
have just
goes.
kept it on the island.
Wait,
No.
what is the gap?
Yeah,
It's
it's
36.
So the
No, wait, what
interval.
is the gap?
The interval says 36. Okay, no, it's 11 seconds.
11 seconds.
11 seconds.
7
He has
seconds.
to make 2 seconds in this lap.
No, he won't make it. He won't make
It's
it.
his out lap.
He very well can. It's the soft
Baba
tires.
Yaga is on softs. Baba
Soft
Yaga is
tires
also
and
on
it's
softs.
Baba Yaga with
Nah,
very old
Baba Yaga is
tires.
also
no.
on
So
softs.
I
Baba Yaga is on
believe
softs.
the strategy call from Mercedes has.
As
Baba Yaga is on softs, by the way.
They are
guys.
just
will
impersonating
Lewis
Ferrari.
say again that it was his team's fault, or
Esos
Lewis
once
say
again gets a
it's
penalty.
on?
That's a shambles for Esos and Ferrari.
This race has come undone for Iron 2807 in the Mercedes. He may not
I
be able
think
to get.
I think P in P is better.
We can just appreciate this league for finishing like 8 people finishing the race.
And we don't have a safety car. We just had a virtual safety car for year 2. That's interesting.
No,
So
No,
Iron won't catch up, and it's a
no,
podium for
no,
Baba
no.
Yaga. Ghost,
And
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga gets the podium.
No, it's over for him.
It's
P4X comes across the line.
Ghost.
Win in Red Bull Ring.
And Ghost P4 has won the race beautifully driving.
Bro,
He
now
was in
watch.
fight with Chocolate for some time but kept it
Haas
focused.
gets his moment in the sun.
As is Ghost has Ghost installed grip.exe as the Haas drivers have been rumored to have?
Lol.
Grid.exe.
But
He's copying his idol
seeing
Thomas
his
on her.
teammate-
So
Although we
but seeing his
need to make sure that he is legend because his quali lap time was faster than some tier 1 guys.
True, but seeing his teammate, it seems that his teammate has ungripped.exe. And kept spinning.
He has Sebastian Vettel EXE. Sorry guys.
I think
This stream will be investigated by the admin. Named Depressed admin on Twitter.
In
we
the
might
F1ndia court.
And
we might
driver of the day goes to Baba Yaga.
Although we all know it's Iron. We all know
it's
it's
not.
No, but
No, it's
No,
not.
I
but
avoided it.
it's debatable because the last strategy call from Iron cost him a podium.
Yeah. That
But
was
will
not
Ian
right,
say
I
that
agree.
it was his team fault?
No, I think he didn't consider he would get lapped. I think that's the point. He would have one more lap, but he didn't consider that he would get lapped by the leader. So that's why he had one less lap to complete.
No, I think that was his fault.
As
so-
we can see the
I
podium
think he was
celebration.
greedy for the fastest lap and he didn't realize he
Could
would
be,
get
could
lapped by
be.
the leader.
Or it just could be he'd not want to risk any penalties with the broken front wing.
So we
Then
have
it is
Baba
the
Yaga
Haas
in the
teammate.
chat.
Are we gonna have one
Haas.
of this? Merchant 222?
Baba has.
We should call him for the post-race interview.
Yes, we should indeed have the post-race interviews.
Let's get
So let's have a look
Baba
at
Yaga
the
is
final
like-
standings. Ghost P4X wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Chocolate comes in P2 with the fastest lap,
Fastest lap.
a 106.858 in the fastest lap. Baba Yaga in the Red Bull P3, Iron 2807 Mercedes P4 and P5 with prototype. P-Sauce in the Ferrari had a good start but could not stick it to the end. MXT in the Alpine, Vivek was just in the Haas, and we lost Merc side pods in the Alpine very early on in the race. So that's a wrap. That's the Austrian Grand Prix in the F1ndia Racing League Tier 2.
So we have
We
two
have the
drivers.
drivers.
Let's get
we have the
Ricardo.
drivers. They can raise their hand to speak, and we'll let them in.
Let's get Ricardo up. Lona AF is also here.
I think we have Loner AF in the.
We have the podium guy Baba Yaga also.
We have Scatter as well.
Let's get Scatter up here.
So we have Scatter, Ricardo.
You could call me Pisos.
I will call you Pelletti Sauce.
It's going to be very naive of me to, blame my equipment that I have. But
Look,
unfortunately,
It's not
for more
Pokemon
than
that we kept collecting.
Mutia, see, unfortunately for more than I believe I had 15 seconds of time penalty.
But why was
We also
my
got the
controller
backtracker,
my
but
controller
Verstappen.
decided to not brake at all. If Iron is here, I want
Hardware
Iron
issue.
to be
Hardware
So it
issue.
is actually so the debate is settled everyone. It is actually the machinery, not the driver.
Your controller decided not to control anymore.
not my controller. This is my PC. I even tried it on my keyboard, my keyboard didn't want me to turn, and I broke my front wing by going straight into the slowest left-hander.
Skill issue.
Nice.
Okay, so do we have Ghost in our VC?
Yes,
Ghost
Ghost is Lewis Badminton.
Lewis
Please
Badminton.
raise your hand to speak.
That's a
Yes,
very
he
good name.
is. He is raising his hand. Can we?
He's raising his hand.
Yes, can we provide him permissions? Yes. So we have Lewis Badminton
What a drive, mate.
for the post-race interview.
So the first question is, do you have a file named grip.exe?
No. Of course, he'll say no.
Because you are one of the guys, only one of the guys who had no penalties.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep it clean and he kept it on the black stuff. Yeah, I kept it on the
Explain
black
to
stuff,
Lewis.
as Ricardo said. So, like while battling Alpine, it was a lot of fun. I gave him space. I tried to avoid any collision possible. He did tie bomb me twice, but I had to back out. And I guess at the start, iron disconnected. So like AI was driving his car and Aston was blocked. So I took the opportunity and I paid the overtake on both of them. The initial laps, but it's a good race, good battle with. I think it was Chocolate. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Aston.
In the early stages, yes, it was the Aston Martin or Chocolate that was battling with you for the
Yeah.
lead of this race.
I didn't have confidence on intermediates as I have traction control on medium, so I thought I
Traction
was going to
control,
spin
huh?
out. I have traction control on medium, so I
His
had no
traction control
confidence.
assist.
Yeah, so I was not confident that I'll keep it on track. But yeah, good race.
Chocolate is here.
Penalty. Yeah.
So Chocolate in P2 is here. Can you raise your hand to speak, please? Where is he?
We have stage
Audience.
fright. He could have stage fright.
Stage fright.
Stage
Also-
fright.
Also, the guy named Verstappen is the guy who was last and got lapped 3
Vivek
times.
Vashisht.
Vivek, yep.
I think he's gonna have a long day with the stewards.
Yes. Welcome to your
Yes, yes.
post-race interview, Chocolate. How was that race for you? What are your comments?
Really frustrating with the track limits, but at the end, it's nice to be P2.
All right. Is that all?
What should I say? I mean, I bottled pole in quali, and then my keyboard said no to turn.
Oh, say,
Then I was-
you're playing on a keyboard, you say.
Yeah, I play on the keyboard.
All right. Well,
He's a
That's
Kiwi
very
fan. He's
impressive.
keeping the words to the minimum.
yes. Well, anyway, congratulations on your podium, Chocolate. It was a good race. You did your best, I believe.
Fight to watch.
Do we have Baba Yaga here?
Can I ask Chocolate, where are you from?
Baba Yaga is here. Chocolate, where are you
Baba Yaga,
from?
what a
bro?
race. What a podium.
From Germany.
Thank you all. Who crashed into me? I forgot to look.
It was the
It
Haas,
was
I believe.
no, it was the Alpine, I believe, of MXT13 that tapped you on your
Loner
rear.
F.
No,
Loner AF.
it was not the tap. It was the actually I dragged
spun
him
round,
into
right?
the wall.
Oh,
Yeah, he closed the gap on me on the straight, which is not supposed to happen, I guess. And then
I
I
think
could
it was
not
the
do
Haas
anything.
only. I think it was Verstappen.
Yeah, it was a back marker. It was not
Yeah, it
anyone in the
was
front.
Verstappen then, I think.
And why the fuck were the back marker racing, bro? Like simple rules. Where what happened to that?
So we
Back
have
markers were chasing me with DRS.
So
Baba
some
Yaga, I remember when I came out of the pits, you were approaching me with real high speed, but unfortunately the Alpine caught up to you quicker than I could let you pass the corner.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Anything to say about that? Anything to say about that incident?
I honestly thought that I'll finish P4, but Iron
So we have
pit
iron,
for
guys.
some
We have
reason.
iron. We have iron in.
yes, we
Iron
will get
pitted
to
for
we
some
will get
reason,
to Iron.
and then I got the P3, so I'm really like lucky, I guess.
Right, so
George
that's
Russell.
a good race for Baba Yaga. Congratulations on your podium. And let's move on to who we in the audience or as the spectators think was the driver of the day. Is Ian here? Ian?
He has to raise his hand first.
No, there's a has guy in this step.
Ian, please raise your hand to speak so that we can involve you in the post-race interview. It looks like Ian also has stage fright.
No, he has.
He raised his hand. Someone
Okay.
more, yeah. He's in.
Ian, तूने
Yes,
pick क्यों किया भाई? Why
Ian.
did you pick?
Yes. So before anything else, the biggest question: why did you pit on lap 35 for a new set of softs and a new wing? Had you gone on your existing on your existing setup of the wing and the tires, you would have made it to the podium. What was going on in your head, or in the team's head rather, that you all made the strategy call?
Artificial intelligence pitted for me.
Oh, you are letting your AI.
He was
win.
not racing, I believe, by the end.
मम्मी ने डांट दिया था.
Raise
Or
in the
you-
chat
So
box whether you
when
have a
तू
girlfriend.
कब से रेस नहीं कर रहा था?
रेस के स्टार्ट से.
कब से?
Wait,
रेस के स्टार्ट से.
Oh, damn. So an AI outperformed more than
Half the grid.
90% of the grid.
Now it makes sense why he didn't have any penalties because the AI was driving.
yeah, now it makes sense.
Well,
Bro, तेरे को बस pretend करना था कि bro वो मेरे fastest lap वगैरह के लिए कर दिया. लोगों ने सच में believe कर दिया था कि तू podium पे आने वाला था. तूने काफी अच्छी race चलाई थी. All you had to do is lie.
The stewards might have a look at this too. If he was driving, if the AI was driving the whole race, is that even allowed? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not allowed. I guess. मतलब,
The points
you have
don't go to
drive
him.
70.
He has to do 75% of the laps himself. So the points won't count.
So अभी
It's
फिर मतलब
will tally.
everything will shift up. Baba Yaga is P2 now.
No,
Why would-
So the positions don't change. He just doesn't get the points.
How is that fair then?
No, but this will be discussed later on by the stewards.
fair, fair.
It does not
बाद में
make
बात
sense
करते हैं.
having
भाई तेरे
you
को
know
वैसे भी penalties थे रिटार्डो तू वैसे भी पीछे ही है. Oh, sorry.
He's just concerned about his points now.
पहले वो tier 1 के points के लिए रो रहा था.
I scored more points in a tier 1 race than I did in a tier 2 race.
Damn.
We had like
tier 1 skill issue, like some unnamed McLaren drivers.
Unnamed McLaren drivers.
My name checks out, bhai. My name checks out.
All right, so that was a very successful tier 2 race around Austria. And
very successful because 8 people finished, which is
yes, which is
All of us finished. All
no,
of us.
Merc side pods did not. He
It's a
DNF.
new
Yeah, lone draft. Hello, bro.
Loner Rap took revenge for Bahrain. That was revenge for Bahrain side pods.
Yes, sir, that is revenge.
now lone ref will say you can't even.
So what Bahrain? That race didn't happen.
Something to watch in the general chat. He might like.
Man got bullied
What?
last time and he.
मुठिया भाई थोड़ा mic के पास आना. Your voice is not at all audible.
I think you have something to see in general chat.
Right. Anyway, that was a very exciting tier 2 race in the F1ndia Racing League around Austria. We saw everything unfold. We saw a lot of things go down, and it was really exciting and fun. And I hope it was the same for all the people in the audience as well. So I shall see you tomorrow for the next league race, which is going to be around Monza in Italy. So, yep. Take care. Ciao.